ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and Ghislaine Maxwell, she's learned her fate, and she's not going to like it. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. After I'm done telling you about the story, I'm going to show you a video about why immunity is so important for Ghislaine Maxwell, why she's insisting on it, and why she says she will not speak to Congress if she doesn't get it. But in short, she wants to get out of jail, not be stuck in jail longer. And in order to preserve herself from being prosecuted even further for the crime she's committed, she needs that immunity so she can testify about what she and the late Mr. Epstein did and the horrible crimes they committed. I have no sympathy for this woman at all. But I wonder if it's worth granting just immunity when she testifies before Congress, because these are crimes she wasn't going to be charged on anyway. It's a done deal. So all she's doing is saying, hey, look, I'm going to tell you some stuff. Don't charge me for this stuff. It's not about pardoning her for what she's already convicted of. It's not even about a commutation for what she's already convicted of. But James Comer, who would make that decision, he's decided that he will not give her limited immunity. He won't give her any immunity at all. And unfortunately, that probably means even if she's subpoenaed to Congress in what would be just a stupid dog and pony show at this point, she's just going to plead the fifth. Completely ridiculous, completely stupid, completely waste of time. You know, I'm tired of people in positions of power never getting prosecuted for things me and you, we would be in jail and never see the light of day again for. These people just skate right by. And it's going to happen again. It's going to happen again to the rich and powerful people connected to Jeffrey Epstein, and I think that's horrible. I think it's disgusting. I think it's an insult to the victims. I do want you to watch this video so you can understand the reasons, and then let me know what you think in the comments.
Allies who have also kept this going.
Well, and on the transparency note, this is something the White House always touts. They say they're the most transparent. We hear it pretty much at every press briefing. The president himself has said it, and they talk about the access that people get to the president. I mean, that's a fair point in terms of him answering questions, but I do wonder how it sits with the MAGA base if they've promised transparency and then they don't end up releasing what they told them they'd release.
Right. Look, I mean, again, this is primarily a self-inflicted story and a self-inflicted wound that they are dealing with, and they are struggling to get out of it. It is absolutely true that President Trump, especially by comparison to President Biden, is more accessible, but that has not much to do with whether they're releasing information that they themselves set the bar for.
What do you make of the handling of the Ghislaine Maxwell aspect of this in terms of, you know, yesterday she's offering to testify to Congress, but without these caveats, including immunity, and, you know, just the White House's view of the Justice Department sit down with her and where that could ultimately end up?
Look, there is not unanimity of thought on how to handle any of this. The idea was that this would be, you know, we're going to the source and we're trying to get information. You know, Ghislaine Maxwell's lawyer, David Marcus, is widely seen as a very good lawyer in Florida in particular, and so he is trying to get the best deal for his client. But whether this is actually going to settle anything down, I think is pretty unclear right now. There are a number of White House officials who would just like all of this to stop and who did not love the move of going to Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yeah, I think I've heard from some who say, why are we not talking about the economic news? Why is this not breaking through more? And instead, this is.